been stolen! Who did this? This calls for an investigation. But why would somebody do this? I mean, I am a detective. Oh, if you didn't know already, it's Washington. Roger, Washington. Whoever you are, I'm out to get you. Me and my team have blocked off this room from the rest of the house. I've called in the special detective and my good old chap, Ronald Petersmith, all the way from America. He's an expert in this field. I've noticed a trail of fingerprints on the top of the chest where it has been opened. However, the biggest lead is this hazy drop of blood that we assume is from the thief. This tiny bit of blood is all it takes to catch the culprit. This DNA from the fingerprints and the blood was taken to the lab. I've got to give it to the crook. He almost got away with it, but fortunately, we've got what we need, and me and Mr. Petersmith will solve the wrongdoing, if it's the last thing we'll do.
Hello, my name's Ron Petersworth, and I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas, in America. Many of you don't know me, but I know you. This is Progress Report 1. The investigation is well under control. I took the blood from the crime scene and brought it to the lab yesterday. This morning, I got the DNA sequence from the crime scene. And in DNA fingerprinting, DNA is extracted from the sample. And then the restriction enzymes, they cut the DNA into different pieces. In general terms, a restriction enzyme cuts up little pieces of DNA that are specific to individual people. There are 4 letters used for DNA sequences, G, A, T, and C. Guanine, adenine, thymine, and cytosine. Pardon me. There are also 2 different types of cuts, blunt cuts and sticky cuts. In our case, there are blunt cuts, which are cut straight down the middle of 2 nucleotides, as opposed to sticky cut, which is kind of weird pattern type thing. Now what we'd like to do next is use gel electrophoresis to match up the fingerprint of the crime scene to our suspects. However, at this time we do not have DNA fingerprints of our suspects. However, Mr. Washington has 2 suspects in mind. Mr. Leroy P. Pfaff looks like an idiot. And we have also Senor Dmitry Putrashev, some Russian guy. Mr. Washington has documented their believed motifs in his journal.
Leroy Pfaff has been my co-worker for the past couple years in my day job, and we have always competed for the highest respect of the boss. Lately I have been rewarded for my hard work, while Leroy has been reprimanded for his minimal work. None. He could possibly be jealous, but it's hard to tell at this point. Now, my other suspect, Mr. Putrashev, was an employee for my old company, Rogers Water and Electricity. I had to let him go for an argument between the 2 of us. We haven't spoken in years, and perhaps he still hasn't gotten over it.
Now, there are many different adaptations and other uses of restriction enzymes that are not necessarily needed for this crime, but are surely useful. Gene splicing combines 1 or more different organisms through different fragments of DNA to form a recombination of DNA. Physical genes from one organism are inserted into another organism. Now, where I come from, many of us grow up farmers. How can I explain this? I got it. Alright, this is me, Little Ronald, and this is my brother Jimmy. Pretend he's there. Gene splicing is incredibly useful for us farmers because when pesticides are placed into plants, they create resistance to those pesky little bugs. So me and Jimmy can grow and live happy and healthy lives. Plasmids, which are pieces of DNA, kind of like circle or host cells for DNA. They carry the gene to form recombinant DNA, the genetic engineering DNA sequence. Anyways, getting myself off topic. Okay, there are 2 suspects that have been called, and they are in custody now, and they are currently being interviewed at a secret headquarters. And now we'll look at their fingerprints. Petersworth signing out. Peace to America.
My name is Leroy Pfaff, and I come to London from Oxford. No, don't have an accent. Anyway, last Friday, July 19th, I took a ride to Manchester to taste some of the delicious scones at the wonderful pub, Ye Old King's Head. I was away for much of the night, and when I left to go back home, it was 2:30. I was nowhere near Mr. Washington's house. I might even have my receipt from dinner. Somewhere.
You tried to trick me, but I got glasses. Anyway. My name, Dmitry Putryshev. I see advertisement on the television a couple of days ago. Win free lunchbox. I want lunchbox. I need lunchbox. I go and get lunchbox. Turns out, just a scam. No lunchbox. Just $300 concert tickets. It was a boy punk band. Who doesn't want to watch? So I go around 8 p.m. and it wraps up at about 12:30. Great music, great music. I advise you to go see it. Anyway, I was so tired. The man next to me, he offered to drive me home, so I graciously accepted, and I fell right to bed when I got home. I think you've got the
Wrong
man, because I definitely am not the guy you're looking for.
Was it a One Direction concert?
You got me, yes it was! I carefully and vigilantly extracted DNA from both suspects' fingerprints. I proceeded the investigation with gel electrophoresis. This is used to match up the crime scene from the DNA with the sample DNA. And the DNA of the suspects, excuse me. So basically, sample DNA segments are loaded onto this permeable agarose gel. The wells are on this side, and this is the negative side. The negative electrodes are on this side, while the positive side is this side. With an electric charge and a current, the DNA fragments spread out towards the positively charged side. Smaller DNA segments are quicker and much faster rather than the big segments, thus spreading out according to size. This whole process takes multiple hours to finish, and right now the machine is currently running. The results will be coming back very shortly. A verdict will be discovered, a crime will be solved, and more importantly, the stolen treasure will be rightfully returned. This is Washington, signing out. I'm currently waiting for the results of the gel electrophoresis. They should be ready in a minute or so.
They're ready.
Thank you. Alright, let's see now. Okay, which one's the match? The crime scene and the suspects. Suspect 1! Who's that? That's Leroy! That's Leroy Pfaff!
I knew it!
The cuts match up right here.
These ones are different, so I know it's not suspect 2.
Mr. Petersworth? We just got back the results. Roger.
Comment, but why'd you just repeat your own name?
Never mind, just come over here.
Okay, fine, British weirdo.
Let's go to the cell.
Oh no! They escaped!
What idiot intern built this cell?
Huh? Watch the window! That Barney Yom get your traction! I'm about to love a lovely right now!
This is America, honey. Speak American.
Get out the window, come on!
Just let's go up the stairs.
Alright, I got you. Let's get hanky.
Justice has been
It's
served.
in his pocket. It's in his pocket.
We're teaching you in.
For the last time, this is Washington, Roger Washington, signing out. And enjoy the epic crash.